Hello, everybody. It's nice to see you guys. Thank you for joining me today. Um, I hope you're doing really well and having a great day and enjoying everything. Anyway, I jumped on here real quick just to talk about something. I was thinking about something the other day, and I just want to share it with you guys. And I want to know about your opinions and your views as well. So do contact me in the comments and let me know what you think about this. Well, I want to know, I was thinking, why does Priscilla Presley have so much dominance over Elvis's legacy? Why does she have priority in everything that's happened? Why is she always there? Well, where were Linda and where was Ginger and where was Linda in all this? Yeah? Well, I think Linda and Ginger were quick enough to abandon Elvis after he died. I mean, they could have said nice things about him throughout the years. They could have kept his dignity up. They could have addressed all the rumours and all the false accusations for the last 50 years. But nothing. They didn't do enough, in my opinion. They didn't do enough. They could have done a bit more, honestly. Because Ginger just disappeared when Elvis died. She didn't do any interviews. She didn't try to talk about Elvis. Because when Elvis died, as we know, Ginger was his fiancee. And as his fiancee, the media had massive interest in her. They wanted her to be more involved with Elvis's legacy. They wanted to interview her. They were so interested in her when Elvis died because she was there. She was the one that found him dead. She was there when it all happened. She was the last person in his life, his last relationship. And it's a shame she wasn't there throughout the years to defend Elvis. You know, yes, she's defending him now. But when it really mattered over the last 50 years, where was she? She disappeared. Yeah, Ginger disappeared. And she just resurfaced like a few years ago. And she wrote a book about Elvis, made money again, making money by writing books about Elvis, making appearances on TV and being interviewed, getting paid for it. So what about all these years? Both these ladies, Linda and Ginger, they abandoned their platform. They both had a big platform to defend Elvis, to talk about his charity work, his generosity, his kindness. All those good things they could have said about Elvis over the years, but they didn't. You know, when Elvis was alive, he was so good to them. He helped them emotionally. He was there for them. He gave them everything. He bought Ginger a house, her mother. He bought Linda's parents houses and cars. He brought Linda's brother a car and a house. I mean, he poured them. He bought jewelry. He bought cars. He gave money to the whole family, Linda's family and Ginger's family. He bought them houses. He'd done everything for them. He showed them love. Nobody could have loved them more than Elvis Presley. And they know this now. But where were they? They could have done a bit more. That's what I'm trying to say. Because they had a platform. But I feel in my heart, my opinion, they bailed out. They abandoned Elvis right after he died. All I'm trying to say, guys, is that these women, his exes and his fiance, they could have had They could have talked about Elvis more regularly. Of course, they have their own lives. They had their own. They got married, had children. Of course, they're going to move on. But I'm just saying to you, if they really loved Elvis, they would have said so many good things about him on a regular basis. They could have debunked the lies all those years. But most of the Memphis Mafia, they've passed away now. So when the media was after them, begging them to do interviews, they didn't. They abandoned Elvis very quickly after he died. This is what I'm trying to explain to you guys. This is how I feel, because by abandoning Elvis and giving up their platforms, they paved the way for Priscilla to take over. That's why Priscilla had so much control and over Graceland, over Elvis's legacy. She took over the narrative, and she changed the narrative to suit her. So I just wanted Linda and Ginger to do more for Elvis, because they had massive platforms. There was so much interest in, journalists, TV. They were public figures, especially Linda. She was a public figure. She had, she was on TV. She was a public figure. She was singing, dancing, making, appearing as an actress in movies and documentaries and TV shows. So she had a massive platform where she could have used that constructively to defend Elvis. So why did Priscilla have so much authority over Elvis's legacy? And she controlled the narrative? That's because all these other people just abandoned ship. They did abandon ship. They could have done a bit more. They could have seen lawyers. They could have fought for more rights over Graceland, to visit, to live there. I know Elvis left all his money. He left Graceland to Lisa Marie. So legally, these women couldn't do anything. Yeah, because when it came to Graceland. Sorry guys, there's somebody at the door. I ordered something from Amazon and somebody's just knocking on the door. Hold on a second, I'm coming back. Okay guys, I'm back. Oh my God. Amazon is so unpredictable. I just ordered some shoes and I had to run down the stairs and run after the guy to get him to come back, because they don't wait. They knock on the door and they go. They don't wait for me to come and open the door for them. Anyway, guys, back to Elvis. What I'm trying to say is, Priscilla, she shaped Elvis's legacy. She shaped the narrative because all the other exes, they didn't take as much interest as they should have done, you know? What did Linda do? She left, she got married into the Jenner family. She pursued Elvis. Linda was with Elvis for 4 years. She lived with him every single day. She was in his home 24 hours a day. Yeah, she had a big platform to talk about Elvis, and not to allow Priscilla to shape Elvis's, to shape the narrative, because everything's according to what Priscilla says. So over the years, people were believing Priscilla and all the things, all the bad things she was saying about Elvis, all the lies, all the accusations, the allegations. They believed her. They believed she was controlled by Elvis. Everybody believed that she was cheated on. She was abused by Elvis. Elvis had a temper and he had a crazy temper. But that's not fair on Elvis, because Elvis isn't here to debunk the lies. He's not here to tell his version of events. These women just were destroying Elvis's reputation. Yeah? She was portraying Elvis as a drug addict. So they allowed Priscilla to dominate. But they should have pushed in and said, no, we're not going to allow this to happen. We know what happened. We were there. Linda lived more with Elvis than Priscilla ever did. Because Linda was there for 4.5 years by his side. She could have said that this is not how it happened. Priscilla is wrong. She should have come out. Because Elvis, don't forget him. As soon as he dies, that's it. You forget this man that was so good to you, who done everything for you and your family. You know, Sam, he gave Sam, Linda's brother, a job as a security officer working with Elvis. Before, Sam used to be a policeman. Working with Elvis, he was getting 10 times more money. Yeah, Elvis bought them houses and cars, motorbikes, showered Linda with jewelry, money, thousands and thousands of pounds, holidays, you know, going on cruises and yachts and going to the best restaurants. She had the time of her life. Yeah. So I'm saying is, yes, they are saying nice things about Elvis, but they didn't do enough. They haven't done enough. Especially Ginger, because they should have dealt with all these problems when it mattered, when all the Memphis Mafia was still young enough to be able to hear properly and see properly, not when they have one foot in the grave. This is not how it should be. They all just made money out of Elvis. They used Elvis's name to elevate their careers, their fame and fortune, their publicity. So, yeah, they should have fought for Elvis's reputation more. I mean, Priscilla and Ginger should have defended Elvis while Vernon was still alive to see. Yeah? We're going way back. We're going back to the late 70s, early 80s. But what did Priscilla do? She more or less calls Elvis a paedophile, a woman batterer. That he controlled her, the way she dressed, what colour she dyed her hair, her makeup. He controlled everything. Yeah? And it's not right for Elvis to be perceived that way, because that's not how it was in real life. Yeah, Elvis, Priscilla said that she didn't have any freedom to do anything. She was a prisoner in Graceland. She couldn't go out. She couldn't do anything. While Elvis, it's not fair, because while Elvis was away making movies, what was she doing? She was going out with friends. She was going on shopping sprees with Elvis's money. She was going out. She was taking dance classes. She was taking karate classes, vocal classes. She was going to college. Everything was paid for by Elvis. She had the freedom to move around. She was out driving in her car, visiting people. She had the time to have so many affairs behind Elvis's back. How comes she says she's a prisoner? She wants to find herself. Why? I mean, she's still looking. By the looks of it, she hasn't found herself yet. After all these years, she's still searching for herself. Why didn't they protect Elvis's reputation? Why didn't Ginger and Linda protect Elvis's reputation? Years ago. Years and years ago. Most of Elvis's family are dead now. They had to go through heartache, heartbreak. These women could have just debunked the lies. They could have come forward during interviews, during television appearances, during events, like they're doing now. Why couldn't they do it back then? We know it wasn't going to take up much of their time. They should have been promoting Elvis, glorifying him, telling people about all the lovely things Elvis did regularly throughout the years, throughout the last 50 years. They were making money out of Elvis, and they still do, writing their books, you know? So that's what I'm trying to say. These women just capitalized on Elvis's name when it suited them, when they needed Elvis. Yet Linda, she used Elvis to promote her own career when Elvis was alive. But she bowed out very quickly when Elvis died. And Ginger as well. I'm sorry. Because you know what? Elvis wasn't useful to them anymore. So he was dead. That's it. Over. They just capitalized on his name when it suited them. And that's all I really wanted to say. That's why it's Priscilla who is dominating. Because she has an advantage. Priscilla has an advantage because she had Lisa, her daughter, the one that she wanted to abort, the one she didn't want to have. And now she used Lisa to make money from her throughout the years. The girl she never wanted, she starved herself so that she doesn't put on weight throughout the pregnancy. It's documented in her book. I don't know whether she tried to fall off a horse to try and abort the baby or fall down the stairs. Don't quote me on that, guys, because I'm not 100% sure. If anybody knows whether she fell down the stairs or she tried to fall off a horse while riding, please let me know. And she only ate apples. There was two things that she ate, eggs and something else throughout the pregnancy because she didn't want to lose her figure. Now, anyway, guys, these women, especially Linda was in the entertainment industry. She had influence and she had access. Yeah, she could have been a really good advocate for Elvis. She could have been a really good spokesperson for Elvis over the years, but she wasn't. Yeah, they both chose not to. Both Linda and Ginger chose not to anyway. And that's my opinion. Yeah? If they say they love Elvis as much as they say they do, then I think they should have been telling the whole world about Elvis. They should have used their platform. Yeah, they had a massive platform. And they didn't use it because they chose not to. Not because, we were busy, we had lives, we had children, we had this. They chose not to dwell on Elvis. You're not dwelling on Elvis. We're not asking you to dwell on Elvis. We're asking you that during interviews, talk about him. Talk about him. You had access, you had influence because you was on TV, Linda. You was a public figure, and as a public figure, you could have said so many good things about Elvis when it mattered. Yeah, we know now you're writing books and making money out of Elvis. We know you're doing that, and Ginger's doing the same thing. Yeah, but when it really mattered, they broke the family. They broke Elvis's family. Were heartbroken. Yeah. If they had spoken out when it really mattered, it would have soothed them a little bit. It would have given them some comfort to know somebody's on Elvis's side. Yeah, somebody is going to contradict what Priscilla has said. Anyway, guys, that's how I feel. And I'm going to leave it at that for now. And I'm going to see you in the next video, guys. Let me know what you think. Am I being too hard on Linda and what's her name, Ginger? Am I being too hard on them, or do you think they should have done more? I believe they should have done a lot more, you know, personally, because Elvis was so good to them. He gave everything away. His mission in life was to make people happy, you know. And if they loved him, they wouldn't have just disappeared. They only crawled out from the woodwork recently to write books and to make money. Everybody's making money out of Elvis. All the YouTubers. I'm not. Membership for my channel is free. I don't charge fans. I don't charge people to be on my YouTube channel. There's no membership. It's free. The membership is free on my channel because I'm a real Elvis fan and I love him so much, and I want to do what's right for Elvis. That's all I care about. Right, I've had my rant and I'm finished now, guys. So, wow, you have a great day and a great week. Look after yourselves and look after each other. Thank you for joining me today and for listening to me or putting up with me. Thank you very much and take care now.